Okay guys, so just a quick video to show you what's news about Shadit 2.0. So one more time, as each time, just download the 2.0 zip file and extract. Okay, so here in the folder, first replace, if you already have installed the previous version, the Shadit script folder. Really simple. Be careful to be in your Maya version and in preference here, one more time, script here. Okay. The simple way is just not replace, but just be sure to delete, and copy the new file. Okay. You can do that even with Maya open. It's not a problem. Okay. So first thing is that. Then second thing, really simple as always. Just here you have two solutions. Open your script editor. So mine is a bit special, but it's the same for you. Be careful to open a new tab in Python and not in Mail. Let me just have this guy here. And first, you can simply drag and drop the .py Python file here. Control A and middle mouse button drag to the shelf. Okay. Or if that don't work for you for any reason, you have the same in a text file. You just Control A, Control C, Control A, paste here, and it's done. Okay. Or you can even directly just in your existing one here, just copy directly here if you already have Shadit installed. Okay. So really simple. Choose an icon, what you want, and you click, it's done. Well, so now it's installed. Let's see what's new. I will launch it. First things, now Shadit is dockable, okay, on the front side of the screen. So you can, for example, place it and open the tab, and it's quite comfortable to work with. All the 2.0 scripts are also dockable. For example, I can put cable here, and you have little tab to manage your script and works with. It's quite great. Just for the video, I will keep it here to have it more visible for us. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So first thing, dockable. Then let's create a really simple scene with a sphere, boom, okay. Of course, configure your viewport with texture, lighting, shadow, anti-aliasing, great. Now, let's click for create or light rig, okay. Nice, add a shader, okay. We are great. First things, I add some lighting, okay? One more time, the lighting are an HDR for reflection with a light for shadow and with setting with the main light source. I will add just a ground for the shadow, nice. We smooth the sphere and it's better, okay? And you have the contact shadow. The thing is, that is great, but I made something for you a bit better. For the ground and the contact shadow, if you want to make a presentation or something like that, just come in the second, on the right one for the lighting option, right click, and you have a ground shadow. Just click, and that import a plane, which is in fact like a shadow catcher, okay? You see, you can scale to have just the shadow, but with transparency. And you can even play with that and make some integration. Really nice. My sphere is a bit too big. Okay, just be careful about penetration, and it's good. Nice. You see, works really well. Of course, you can hide this, and you have something really clean for present your model. You, of course, just need to come in preference, color setting, if you want to play with the background, you see, okay, boom, and you have something really nice. I will just reopen that. I add 3 more HDR environment, okay? The first one and one more here, the studio. So all is set to work in the Z-axis, okay? So you see here, I'm good. So this one, another one which is really great for reflection, a garden, okay, you see, that's working well. Let's add another shader, you see, it's really good. I will let the crumble, and the last one which is more classical, the sky, see, with the shadow, boom. And we can even integrate our sphere into the environment. Nice. Great. Okay, so some lighting. One more time, for those who don't know, here it's the switcher, okay? It's replace the environment lighting. And once time you load one time, it's in Maya cache, and you can switch instantly. You see, if I click on other one, I already load, it's instant loading, okay? I will keep this one and replace here with nice naming. Everything is fine. Great. Then I add, I don't add too much shader, just some glaces here. You have a simple, advanced, and rough one. The simple one is really a simple one, as expected, which means in fact less node, just a main node, okay? No texture, nothing, just a simple parameter. Okay, great result with opacity and transparency. Nice. Great. A more advanced one. Let's load. Okay. We don't see really well here, but there are maybe with this one that will be a bit. Where is the reflection? Yes, you see there is some texture, some fingerprint texture, etc. And of course, as for any advanced one, I invite you to activate the displace preview. Okay, so you just click here and you have displacement preview. Be careful two things. The first one, of course, as for any displacement, you need to freeze your mesh. Anyway, you will have something like this water. That can be a great effect, but it's not what I'm looking for. So just freeze and boom. You have a nice displace. Look at the reflection with, you see, this little subtle displays that will make reflection more realistic. For that, just be careful one thing. In your preference, be sure to be in display here in viewport 2.0 DirectX 11, okay? Anyway, in legacy mode, that will displacement will not work, okay? And your hyper shade, you can, let me open this guy. Just 1, 2, 3 seconds, great. Boom, and you have all the nodes you can modify, of course, and the displays. What if you can deal with attribute as any time you see here. Great. What we have too, we have yes, you have all the shader, transparency effect, blah blah blah. What's more? Yes. And we have a last one, which is a roughness. Just let the guy load. One more time. Maybe we'll switch it, and you have something more rough with a little bit of bump, etc. Yes. Cool. Great. And yes, some special one that already exists, a new one. This one works well for cable. Okay, it's the same that I had on cable 2.0. You see the 3.1 here. So it's not really good on a sphere, but for example, yes, of course, activate displace for those guys. Also to have the displacement. You see, it's a pattern. Yeah, this one is great, a kind of Velcro. You see the displacement here, really nice. And another one with a new pattern also works well. As always, if you click here, you just assign the existing one, okay, material. But for example, if I come here, for those who don't know Shadeit, I'm just duplicate my sphere. Let's make the ground for the shadow. Where is my light? Oh. Yes. And yes, here I am on the same one, okay, because I just duplicate and assign the same one. So if I modify something, that instance. Okay, for create a new one, just select it, right click, create a new one, and that will create a new instance. And now I can modify that. For example, here, if I want something different, yeah, okay, you have two shadows. Great. Here I replace, for those who are interested, the UV checker now is on the UV tab. Here, right click, UV shader, and you have, okay, to check and to work with the automatic and the planar, for example. Okay, let's add our shader. Nice. And last thing, you have here the quick access. I mean, for example, if I have some node into my mesh, okay, let's make a quick automatic here. Yes, you see that you will have a better scale and a better UV. See, that works nice. Yes, what I mean, if you want to access quickly to the attribute, it's a bit boring. You need to come here, boom, 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 and find the mesh, and you tweak. Okay. Problem is you have wireframe. It's why there is this icon to quickly, if you are here, you just click here, you quickly access the attribute of the shader, and you don't have any wireframe override that disturb you. You just come here and you can work with. Okay. I give you a quick hotkeys file. You open, you copy, because this button is great, but I prefer to have it as an hotkey. So I just give you the line code. You open your hotkeys editor, come in your custom script, for example. Here, create a new one. You name it as you want. Shadeit attribute anyway. Be careful to be in Python. Copy, save, okay, and it's well saved. You assign a hotkey. Okay, I already have mine. Save and close, and now just come here. Boom, you directly have access to your attribute. Really useful. It's not only for Shadeit, of course, for Arnold rendering anyway. It's already great to have easy access to your shader attribute. Okay, it's all for this update of Shadeit. Please, if you already works with Shadeit and have any works, please share with me and send me a screenshot of your works. That could be interesting for me to have a feeling of what you're doing with Shadeit, and if you try to create new shader or things like that, could be really interesting. Thank you.